everybody? Good to see you. Welcome into another episode of Split Screen. We are joined by these three lovely gentlemen, as always. But before we get into the intros, I do want to say thank you to everybody out there supporting us. We've seen an uptick in our viewership, views and everything on the videos and the podcast alone. Also, not just that, but also people are sticking around for the view. Duration is also massively increased. So we're really, really appreciative of that. The support has been awesome. So of course, hit subscribe on this video. We would greatly, greatly appreciate the support there. And any comments, likes, all that good stuff that goes with the episode. If we have any questions that we throw to the comments, please participate. We'd absolutely love to hear your thoughts. But as we hop into it, I'm going to jump over to somebody else who's making some content on the regular. But John, how are we doing, man? How are things going?
Going good. It's going good. Business as usual here on my channel. I've got my cycle of my 4 games. We've got Supermarket, we've got Backyard Baseball, we've got Contractville, and we've got Big Ambitions. This episode is recording on a Tuesday, drops on a Friday. And so yesterday, Thursday, was the season finale of Contractville. We finally made it. We've completed that game. We've done everything that I wanted to do, set out to do everything that needed to be done. And so we're moving on. We're putting that game in our rearview mirror. We're taking that one out. We're inserting another game in the rotation. So gonna jump into the Storage Hunter auctions. We're gonna give that a try. See if we can find some luck there. See if I can get some new subscribers. You know, going fishing for new subs. So
there you go.
We'll see how that game turns out. Backyard Baseball. We're into the playoffs now. So best of luck to my little monsters as we are moving forward. We'll see if we can bring it home.
Love it. Did you end up hitting your finale in Contractville before Supermarket?
Yes.
Crazy. Absolutely crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, Contractville, this is like episode 17, I think. And Supermarket ended up being like 63, I think. 63, 64.
Yeah, good.
Supermarket. So yeah.
A lot more.
Yeah, there was a heck of a lot more longevity.
Good round number, 63.
I know, I couldn't stretch out like 2 more episodes. I was hoping to get to episode 67. So then the whole time I could have just been like 6, 7.
Have you been annoying your kids with that?
100%. Absolutely. We went out to dinner with my brother's family, and I introduced him to that idea. I guess that phrase.
It means absolutely nothing. So yeah.
And he's latched onto it, and he's said it's life-changing news to him. So he's gonna start using it. He's gonna start using it at his job and just let it just infect.
We're gonna bury it. That's what we're gonna do.
Did you also introduce them to the
How much for the steak? 6, 7.
Did you also introduce your kids to the concept of the top 13 and top 23 teams?
That is right. That is right. Man. Yeah. Who needs a top 25 when you got the top 16?
When you can specify and bring it down to each rank. Andy, how about you, man? How you been? What have you been up to? I've been playing college football.
Doing well. Yeah, I played a little bit of college football. Haven't played it for a little bit yet. Need to get back to it. I've been my UCF won 6 in a row. We're 9-3. Got to rank 22. Actually, we're 8-3. I think final game of the season playing 25 ranked BYU at BYU.
Hell yeah.
And the winner of this game is going to go to the conference championship. So
let's go.
Yeah. So gonna have to dig in on that one to beat BYU. It's going to be a tough one. I started playing Dark Pictures Anthology Devil in Me. Played the very beginning of it. That's the one that takes place in H.H. Holmes' Murder Castle, if you will.
Yeah.
I just finished reading a book about that. So just played the very beginning. I think it was technically the prologue. But yeah, definitely interesting game. Those I've never played one of those games before, but it seems more like a interactive, almost like a Walking Dead or something like that.
Yeah, I got you.
And stuff like that. and then it kind of plays out. So that's cool too. I'm, you know, then I can just watch it and I don't have to pay full attention.
Well, yeah, you're not
Um,
fully invested. Yeah, no, the control's not 100% up to you. It's 75% a movie. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, it's what it
Yeah.
is. That's kind of the cool part
Exactly.
of it.
So,
Oh, cool.
and then we'll talk about it later, but we all went to the Cleveland Gaming Classic this weekend, and that's
Mhm.
been, recently besides work most of my time. So that was a great time too.
Yeah, it was a good time. We'll definitely touch on, reactions, thoughts, because it was your guys' all first time there. I had been there one other time. But yeah, we'll touch on that. That's a good idea there. Dan, what about you, buddy? What have you been up to? What's been on the docket? What games you've been playing?
I've been doing well. Not huge changes in the games for me, right? Little 7 Days to Die here and there. Helldivers, still been on the docket. TCG card shop simulator.
Well, yeah, I think everybody knows what you're talking about, but yeah.
Yeah, trying to grind out some of the achievements for that.
Come to the simulator.
He's getting that
world.
itch. That's right. Yep.
Nope. As I told you, I tried to go beyond that with Supermarket Simulator. That lasted 3 minutes before I uninstalled the game. So
You didn't do it right.
no, I did it perfect.
You gotta have a goal. You gotta have a goal. Like
And,
Yeah, my
$1,000.
goal is to have fun, and it didn't happen. So
You couldn't fast forward.
Yeah,
Oh.
1,000 times.
Yeah, 1,000 times speed. But, no, and then I've been playing a little bit in the last few days on my Game Boy Color. Right, picked up
Nice,
some
dude.
new games for that, so playing on there.
Very cool. Very, very cool. I'm in hell when it comes to games and the releases and recent stuff, just because I don't have enough time. Nearly don't have enough hands. If I could play 2 games at once, that would be ideal, but I can't. So
Yeah.
For me, it's been Borderlands 4. Yeah, Borderlands 4. Trying to blast through that level 28-ish, I think, in there. I think I'm in the last region, but that's the last part of it. And then it's basically kind of like this one's actually kind of the approach is you remember Far Cry 5? Yeah, the regions that were all run by a different person. And they were the final boss of that area. That's kind of what this is. It feels like that. And then you'll get to the big, conclusion, I'm sure, once that happens. So I'm trying to push through that. I'm playing on hard for whatever reason. I don't know. It's not too difficult, which is pretty great. I just unlocked an awesome legendary shotgun that has absolutely changed the game for me. It's just destroying mobs all over the place, which is really, really great. Other than that, I haven't touched Chronos New Dawn in a while. I was streaming that one, but I decided to kind of keep that one for myself. I enjoy it a little bit more because, streaming can be a little bit distracting with viewers and chat and all that kind of stuff.
Sure.
So I'm kind of pulled that one off and going to play that on my own. So I know it's not terribly long, but we're going to hop into it. I haven't even started playing Dying Light the Beast, which brings back Kyle Crane. So that's something I'm really excited about and getting back into that one. And then there's just demos I still want to play and record and check out. So it's been, and then this obviously takes up time and then family time. So it's like, we're getting there. It's a crazy, holiday season. Fall is always massive when it comes to game releases anyways, but this last couple weeks has been absolutely crazy. September's beyond nuts. And we'll talk about even, games that have released recently and coming up. It gets even worse. So, but everything's solid. I mean, I'm having a good time. Borderlands is fun. Chronos is good as well. In our kind of our larger friend group, we've got our Dynasty wrapping up towards the end of the season right now. I think we're going into the last. Andy, we're waiting on you to play your last game of the season. Then we hop into conference championships, which is going to be cool. So looking forward to that. That's always a good time. And then see what that playoff looks like from there. So, lots and lots of good stuff, but let's go ahead and touch on, our trip to the Cleveland Gaming Classic. For those who don't know, that's a convention, not terribly far from us. We live in a pretty decent area where we have big cities in most directions that we go to, which is fairly nice. Cleveland being one of them. I'm going to start with John. John, I want to get your take on your expectations, because we've been to a number of these. We've been to Milwaukee's Midwest Gaming Classic. I think you've also been to. Have you been to other ones? Oh yeah, Torg. I'm sorry, Torg, that we all normally go to together. But what are your thoughts on the Cleveland Gaming Classic?
Between Milwaukee, Torg, Columbus, Cleveland.
Mm-hmm. That's how you rank them.
I'm going. I'm going. I think those are the only three that I've been to. I've been to C2E2, but that's more, comics and entertainment,
pop culture.
Not so much video game. Yeah, pop culture versus video games. My stance as a collector, and I think I don't know if I've stated on the podcast, but my video game collection, for all intents and purposes, is complete. I don't, it's never going to be 100% because games are always going to come out. So right. I'm always going to, want to get something new. As long as physical media is still a thing, there will always be a game that I do still want a new game come out. But as far as looking backwards and going to older games and older systems and all of that stuff, my collection is complete. And so I've got a cat down here that is meowing and it's driving me insane.
If it makes you feel any better, I haven't heard it. So
yeah. I just heard snapping.
Yeah, we just hear the snapping. We don't hear the cat. So
oh my God. We've got 3 cats. 2 of them are sisters and they're twins. And then we've got the one that we've had for 10 years. And she does not like those twins. And so she just growls at them incessantly all the time. And it's been a year. And like my wife and I are over it. We're over the growling. And it's just like, shut up. These other kitties don't care anymore. They're just they're doing, they're poking you now on purpose. Anyway, my collection is complete. And so I go to these conventions and it's a little disheartening. It's a little sad not having something to look for, not having a list of, okay, I'm looking for this and this and this and this and this and this. And so then you go up to the table and you start, filing through everything. And oh my God, there's the game I've been looking for. Like, that's over for me.
Yeah, for
so
sure.
in that aspect, it's kind of almost like wastes my time to go to these places. But it's always fun to see all the stuff. It's fun to see the things that people come up with. I'm a people watcher. It's always fun to see people that are dressed up and also seeing just people just watching people.
That's always a part of it, no matter what.
It's fun. Yeah. And it's, honestly, I'm, cue the sentimental moments. I just enjoy spending time with you guys and just hanging out with my friends and, spending that time just driving Dan crazy for hours on end. Dude.
Some of my favorite shit, I'll be honest with you.
Took all of 5 seconds this trip.
I was the last one picked up, and in my driveway, the first thing out of my mouth was something that
30 seconds
just immediately set you guys off. So yeah, we hadn't even pulled out of my house yet, and it was on.
30 seconds. That's our new record. That's probably not ever going to be beat.
That's right.
I don't know. Next year, I'm going to call before we even get to your house and probably yelling at
you. Dan, what about you? How'd you feel? What were your thoughts on the overall kind of the Cleveland Gaming
I'm
Classic?
the only one out of the group that's never been to Milwaukee. So I'm only got Torg and Cleveland to go off of. As John's said, I've been to a lot of other conventions, not video game specific. I've been to C2E2, I've been to Indiana Comic Con, I've been to a lot of those types of, conventions, but game wise, it's been Torg and it's been Cleveland. I definitely put Torg above Cleveland. I think only because it seems like Torg, even from the first year he went like to the next year, like pretty rapid major growth, right? And from what it sounds like you went to Cleveland last year. It sounds like it's maybe grown a little, but not in the same scale.
I'll be honest with you, it looked identical, which is still fine. It's still a fairly decent show, but like you can spend the day there.
Yeah, like Torg, like we almost feel up against the clock at a point, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like trying to get through everything. So definitely, probably ranks under Torg for me. Something that I think we all keyed in on this one. And you know what? I'm not even going to say because we could go to Torg next year and it could be a lot more like a lot of the same, right? Because even from year 1 to year 2, it was noticeable that Torg had started to have more non-game, video game related booths, right? There was a little bit of an uptick. And there was one booth I looked at that was just, it took up like 3 vendor spaces, nothing but CGC and PSA graded trading cards.
Yeah.
Just hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of them, right? Like, so there wasn't as many of those, but there was a lot of those at Cleveland, right? A lot of card booths, a lot of what we'd call gaming or
Kind of adjacent.
things.
Yeah. Hobby-ish kind of, you know, I want a 3D printed this. I want a figure of this. Like it's a lot of those
like replica weapons from games, right? Like there was like 4 booths that did that. There was I don't remember seeing one of those at Torg, right? So like it was a little bit more of a varied thing. I don't think that was all bad, right? I mean, like there was more board games at this one, right? Board games are interesting, right? Like
very true.
Yep.
So some good and some bad from that, right? Like I feel like there was a few less game tables to go through. But overall, I mean, I had a good time. I found some of the things on my list, right?
Yeah.
Really everything I wanted to get, you know, with the exception of like the Mario parties, I just said I'd be happy to leave with at least one of them, right? And I did. I mean, I could have gotten all 3, just didn't feel like paying, you know, the prices to get all 3. I was happy with what I got, but overall, I had a good time. Other than
did you pay sticker prices or did you haggle?
I haggled on my Pokemon games. The one Mario Party that I got at sticker price, I wasn't going to argue because it was a good price. It was pretty much right below. It was like $1 or $2 below market. I'm not going to haggle on that.
For sure. So you overall good time, right? It's a little bit different, I think, and I'll touch on it, but I want to get Andy's opinion first before I hop in. Andy, what do you think? How was the Cleveland Gaming Classic for you? This was, and I mean, touch on the fact that some of the other ones have been. You've had different situations. This was one of the first times we had the full schedule, just booths. You know what I mean? You could just walk through the entirety of it.
Yeah. So the times we've been to Torg both times, and the one time I went to Milwaukee, there was always somebody I wanted to get to sign something.
Yeah.
And at both times in Torg, I would get in the line immediately. And I think the first time we went, I was in the autograph lines until 2 p.m. and I only had like 3 hours to look around. The second time we went, I got done at noon, so I had
which
about
sounds
half a day
like
left.
a lot of time, but 3 hours is like nothing.
Yeah, I mean it was a lot of time, but also not as much as it sounds
we
like.
rushed you.
Yeah. Eagle on the move.
Yep.
Well, I thought it closed. The Torg closed at 5, unlike this one. I thought.
Yep.
So it would have. And then on this one, at this place, not anybody I was interested. You know, any of my favorite game, you know, franchises like in the 2 Torg events. So I had full ability to look around all the booths from the start of the day the whole time, and took full advantage of that. I really enjoyed it. I may have enjoyed it more than Dan and John here. I really liked the mix of everything, seeing a little bit more board games, even though I didn't buy any of that. I did get some of the art. I got a shirt with the art on it because I don't have any room on my walls. And I got some stickers for my daughter from a artist that was there. And I had quite a bit of luck finding a lot of games on my list. Jordan helped me find Mr. Bean for the Wii. I think that guy was the only one who had that game.
Yeah, I didn't see it
there
at all.
anyways.
Yep.
Yeah, so I'm glad I picked it up. Exactly, you know what it goes for, so I couldn't argue with that. I also got a second game, so he gave me a package deal. And I got a Dreamcast game. I got GoldenEye for N64. I got a Genesis game. I mean, I got a big mix. I got my son a stuffy Yoshi. So I got all kinds of stuff.
You found a second
I've
copy
only
of
been to.
Yeah, we did.
We did.
Second.
We did see it, but I already now.
So I bought it.
Yeah. So I've only been to Milwaukee once, but when the one time I went, I had terrible luck. I got like 2 games. Like I couldn't find anything when I was there, and that place was huge too. Like I really enjoyed it, and they had all kinds of stuff. They had like the museum and all that kinds of stuff I was looking at. But I don't know what it was, but I had some great luck looking around everything, seeing some of the indie devs this time. I got to see the games that they're making. There was one game that looked really interesting. They're using Unreal 5. And what is it? Soul Spires, I think it was called. That looked actually really good.
It was.
So yeah, I had a really good time. I would still probably put Torg, above this, but probably closer than the others because I had such a good time. I don't know where I would put Milwaukee. I've only been there once, and like I said, I don't want the fact that I had little to no luck there, make it lower on my list.
Right.
I don't want to hold it against it. So yeah, I got like 10, 12 something games. I got a pop figure too.
Right. We also on the day before, so the event's on a Saturday, we travel on a Friday, but we leave in the morning and then we make stops at like different video game stores on our way to the hotel to then, do whatever, go to sleep. This time we played Uno No Mercy and South Park Munchkin, which was fucking fantastic. So those were both fun games, even though John cheated. But like,
I was gonna say I had pure victory, and John tainted the other game with his cheating.
But I think for me, if I were to touch on the Cleveland Gaming Classic, it was fun. We had a good time, right? We always do. I don't think the venue matters, but I think with this one, it's nice to piece it together as, okay, this is going to be the most mixed bag of video games, cards, collectibles, 3D printed hobby stuff. This is going to be the most mixed, I think, that you're going to find of the ones that I have been to. Torg was very much, I think, the most, I don't know, that might be incorrect because Milwaukee probably has the most actual video game booths, if you will, in my opinion. But I think if you go from layout, for me, I really, really enjoyed the venue that the Torg event was at. And that's in Columbus, right? I loved the fact that it was attached to multiple hotels downtown where it's just like you wake up, you get out of your room and you can go to the convention. Even if you're across the street, there's probably a sky bridge that connected to it. I really enjoyed that. The place is massive that they actually rented out. So it felt smaller because of the space that they were utilizing, right? Everything was spread out and things like that. So it's really cool. I'm excited to see what next November looks like for them. And hopefully because they're getting the same spot back. They've already gone out and said that. But Cleveland for me was cool. I've dipped my toes in and out of collecting. You know what I mean? You guys have known me. I've sold my stuff. I've started back over. I've sold my stuff again, and it is what it is. I got some art,
which way the wind is blowing.
It all depends. It really does. Depends on the mood, and just what it's doing. My favorite thing is visiting the artists who are selling prints, right? Of video game, anime stuff, whatever it might be. That's my favorite thing as of right now. I got some art. I was very, very pleased and happy with a lot of that stuff. But I think I like Milwaukee. If I could, Dan, I can't really paint this picture for you, but Milwaukee has multiple floors in the convention that it's at, right? And then it also has different like side venues. So like it does have tabletop gaming. You want to say something, Dan? I can.
Did they do it at the Baird Center?
Yeah, that's exactly where it's at.
Okay, so that's where I played at regionals at. So I know the exact venue you're talking about with the multi. I know what you mean by multiple floors. So it helps me picture it. I've been to the Baird Center for.
Okay. So you understand that it's regionals. So there's different, they use all floors, right? They use all of them. They have different things. They have got wrestling set up in a corner, right? In one of the hallways, which is kind of cool, to have. They have an entire video game like area, right? Where it's pinballs. Pinball is huge over there at the Milwaukee one. It's massive. They've got like all sorts of console history. They've got like a row of console history all the way and from like, the start all the way to modern stuff. They have tournaments. They have donated like actual arcade games that you can play, all free play, things like that. So I think the event is more of an event than Cleveland is. Cleveland was very cool just because it had a ton of different things to look at, I think, for me. So like actually knowing what it is now, it's like, okay, you want to go here, but Andy had great luck, right? But there were less vendors than at Torg or Milwaukee, which is awesome. I plan on attending every year. I know we had a good time. So if you guys want to join me every year, that would be awesome. I know that's asking a lot, and we got a year to kind of do it.
Where Andy had his luck at the convention, I think we all had pretty good luck. I wasn't looking for anything specific, but I did make purchases on the drive to Cleveland. I would say Friday we had all the stores that we stopped at. Toledo was pretty kind to us.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. And I guess I was the only one that had the opposite.
My shirt I got here too.
Oh, nice. That shirt was sick. That is a really, really cool shirt.
Yeah, Torg always sells out, so I had to get it right away just in case.
Mm-hmm.
I had the opposite with the stores. I think we talked about it. Like I found everything at the convention better priced or closer to what we wanted to spend than the stores. Like looking at like so Pokemon Silver and Gold were two of mine. Like at all the stores they were wanting anywhere from $80 to $100 a copy. I go to the convention and they're like $50, which is about where the market was, which usually it's the reverse.
Usually,
right?
Yeah.
So,
yeah, but it was overall, I think, good time. I'm down for going next year. I think it'd be fun, right?
Only if John agrees to not cheat if we play games.
Hey,
I think the hotel was pretty cool.
Oh, yeah, the hotel we got was fantastic, man. Oh,
aside from being connected,
it was really good.
Aside from being connected to the venue, like that part with Torg was better, but I think the hotel itself was nice. We had that awesome juice place.
Yeah, I mean the fact that the room, I mean we got a suite, which was awesome. Has the kitchen, has the table, has the living room type area, and then the actual room area. I think that having that table is really cool, just because we had some games that we could play and stuff like that. It was a perfect storm. Ended up being absolutely fantastic. I mean the thing was 9 minutes away, 6 to 9 minutes away, so it wasn't too bad.
Yeah, I
really enjoy the parking. Like you pull in, you pay to park, you park. That's it. Like there's no question of, oh, how do I get to it? Where do I park? What's going on? You know what I mean? No, how far do I have to walk? It's like, no, it's at an airport convention center. You just walk from your car into the place. So it makes it really, really simple.
I want to shout out also to Doghouse Bar and Grill, the restaurant we ate at on the way home.
Yeah, dude. That place was really good.
That was a pretty good dinner we had there. And we each got our own appetizer. And dare I say, like all of those appetizers was like enough, like a meal. Like it could have been pickle fries that I got. That was a meal by itself.
Fucking Andy decided to bring him on the ride home. That was great. Fucking onion rings.
Andy brought his onion rings home.
Oh,
4-hour drive with onion rings in the car.
Yeah, we got to watch the whole delay of the football game.
Yep.
From about an hour outside of Angola all the way home, it was the onions were the focal point of
Jesus Christ, dude.
The drive.
Roll the windows down every so often just to get that stench out of the car.
Man. I didn't smell anything.
Did you eat them?
Oh yeah, I ate the fart rings.
I was hoping he was going to be like, no, I ended up throwing them away. I was really hoping he was going to be like, no, I threw them out.
That would have got me. That would have set me over the edge.
They tasted great.
I would have had to crash out right there.
I didn't get sick. So suck it.
But yeah, I think we're locked in. If everything goes well and plans and everything's, we hopefully can make it next year. I think that'd be really cool. We another trip for us. I'll take them as long as it works with your families. Dan, hopefully you can get that okayed with your loved
it was hard
ones.
Yeah, I mean it's always a battle because they just hate to be away from me and I hate to be away from them.
Right.
I think I can make it work.
Good. I hope so. If you need me to talk to them, let me know. I can put in a good word.
Well, my wife and the kids, they love you, so
yeah, they do. Oh man. But let's hop into some of the other more video game news kind of stuff. So there's a report, gameplay details and concept screens for Perfect Dark Reboot unearthed. So this report, I think, comes from a Jez. Nope, this is not it. This is MP First, which is not a site that I've normally heard of, but this is Efrain. After years of development and some reports detailing the troubled production, it was announced that Perfect Dark Reboot would be canceled. The studios responsible, the initiative, would be shutting down. The news came after a period of major restructuring at Xbox, which also led to cancellation of other anticipated titles like Rare's Everwild and Avalanche Studios' co-op game Contraband. The news sparked out curiosity about what was really being worked on for the game. Fortunately, we've come across some documents that have that offer details about the planned vision, including insights into the gameplay, aesthetics, and some never before seen pictures. Which I will, obviously, if you want this, I will try to put the link down in the description of this. Inside look in the canceled reboot. Documentation opens by highlighting the opportunity to capitalize on the secret agent genre. Team behind the game believed there was a notable gap in the market due to absence of major espionage franchises like Metal Gear Solid and 007, which two games that released, which is extremely funny that was a direction that they decided to, or something they wanted to point, because you had Snake Eater, Delta, right, came out, and then there's a new 007 game coming out. It's just funny that's how that worked. And then this one ended up being canceled. The whole reason is because, there's a gap, but then these released and they're like, fuck it, we're not going to make it. The creative vision was to reimagine the franchise while retaining the core DNA of the original N64 title. Documentation also reveals up until at least April of this year, the initiative was actively working on the game's Vertical Slice 1. In game development, this term refers to a playable proof of concept that gives representative idea of a final game's quality and feel. So this game was announced, not this game, but this studio was probably put together 7 years ago, right? And they said it was a quadruple A type quality studio is what they said, right? So, and it also mentions that proof of concept is mentioned to have a vertical slice that belonged to season 1, is what it said, which confirmed previous reports claiming that an episodic format was planned for its release, which is not something I think anybody wanted, right? That's not, to me, that doesn't scream quadruple A. Give me a narrative driven, Uncharted style game. Andy, I think you and I, this is one of the ones we were both looking forward to quite a bit. What's your takeaway on that news, that kind of these reports, and I don't want to say leaks, but it looks like documents that came out?
Yeah, that's really interesting and absolutely episodic type thing. Not what I would have expected from this. I mean, you have Hitman who kind of does that, but it's not in the same vein as, say Walking Dead again, where you have different, each episode is basically its own new game. Maybe if they were going that route, that would have been something different, its own little game. But still, I hate that these publishers and developers are saying quadruple A now.
Yeah,
because every time somebody says that, it's like a curse. Like Ubisoft said that about Skull and Bones, and I can go get that new for $10 because it sold so poorly, and was exactly what everybody thought it was. And now this studio is around for 7 years. They say it's going to be quadruple A. They work on Perfect Dark a majority of that time, and they're only to the point of playable proof of concept, where they were able to release this, reveal trailer just a little bit ago. I mean, but like, what's going on? What's taking them so long to with a direction that they want to go? Like, I don't I don't know when this started, in the games industry, but I feel like at least with some games, they're taking so long because there's so many either changes of direction, changes of plan. I mean, look at Dragon Age Veilguard, for example. They changed the name of the game. They said it was going to be an MMO type game, and then
Yeah,
they
live
changed it
service.
back to a single player game.
Yep.
And now you can see that in the game because of it, not to the fault, of the developers in this case, to the fault of EA, but still, that elongates the development time. That means more money. It's a little mind-boggling into, where does that come from?
Yeah. Games are hard to make, but when the choices being made makes it harder, that's obviously what you're going to run into. So I saw I was on Reddit kind of reading through and getting people's opinions, and my takeaway from this was that was amazing that you guys took a drink at the same exact time. It was synchronized and blew me. Holy shit. John, we missed it, dude. But I saw
John,
a really good
jug. Do you want to bring your jug up?
I saw a really good take where it said, a lot of the times the blame goes on the publisher, right? For canceling these games. This one has to, and probably feels like after these reports, it feels like this is more of a developer issue, right? This was more of an in-house. Maybe they couldn't get the right people in charge. Maybe there was no direction. Maybe, the pieces weren't falling together, but 7 years on a project and you just are now putting together a vertical slice is kind of crazy, right? That's so much money down the drain. And I think this cancellation and shutdown of that studio, normally you're thinking it's publisher driven. They're not making enough money. This seems like it was just throwing money down the drain, right? That's what it feels like. And it feels like it comes out, not all of the developers. That's not what I'm saying, but there was nobody to right that ship and make the decisions and quit changing it and actually committing to something. Is really what drove this to be like, look, we can't pay for this. We don't want another 100 million dumped into this game because you're just now getting to a vertical slice. And I honestly feel like if the report is true that they were going to do an episodic thing, that was purely decided so that they didn't have to set a full release of a game. And then they can actually take time, you know what I mean, on the rest of the game.
It absolutely could be.
That's my take is like, oh shit, if we turn this into episodes, then we can release episode or season 1. Then we can start working on the other seasons and actually not commit to releasing a full game, which is going to take longer if that's the case. That's my opinion. I don't know. Not an insider. Don't work in game development. Never have. I played a ton of video games, but that's just my takeaway.
I feel like, Microsoft has it laid out right there for them. Take it back to Rare and say, hey, make us a new Perfect Dark. They made Perfect Dark. They made Perfect Dark 0. They own Rare.
Yeah, right.
Go back to them.
Yeah, exactly. I think something bringing Rare into it, they canceled their project too, right?
Exactly.
So it's hard to, there. Yeah, exactly. But I think that was already too late at that point. They had it set up. They probably should have. But I also think Everwild didn't know what it wanted to be either, from my understanding. I think it's the same problem with two different studios. So that could
synopsis of Everwild, I feel like, changed multiple times.
Yeah, exactly. I think it could have very well been the same exact situation, right? But maybe that's a lack of oversight from Microsoft's Xbox Studios, whoever's the head in charge of those studios, right? I think that could have been that, or a lot of, I don't want to say lying, but I think sugarcoating what is actually happening. Maybe that's what led to a lot of these decisions actually coming forth, but we'll never know. No one's actually going to come out and say, yep, that's right. We dropped the ball. We're a piece of shit. We took forever on this kind of stuff.
For a long time, at least.
Yeah. It'll come out in somebody's book at some point, right?
Yeah, right.
Do you guys have any takeaways, Dan, John? I know I didn't think so, but I just wanted to touch on you guys.
Nothing different than what you guys have already said.
Appreciate that.
Same sentiments.
Next topic we got Assassin's Creed. Yes, I said ass on purpose. Assassin's Creed fans react to reports of Black Flag Remake, which has leaked yet again because, of course, it has. It's a Ubisoft property. Remake removing everything outside of the Animus. So basically, all their modern day stuff. We've talked about Desmond many times, and one of the better parts of that Assassin's Creed franchise. John.
Spoiler alert, John.
Yeah, I know, John. Careful, Desmond didn't make it. Just want to let you know.
I'm already starting.
This article comes from IGN and Mr. Tom Phillips. Assassin's Creed fans are reacting to disappointment after a report of Ubisoft's long-expected Black Flag remake has stated that the game will no longer contain any modern-day gameplay. The report, published by French outlet Ju Video,
Got it.
sure, states that all Black Flag's modern-day sections have been removed from upcoming the Pirate remake, which is currently set to launch in 2026. Andy, no, hold on, no, not Andy. Dan, give me your take. Let me see. How do you feel about the modern day stuff getting taken out of Black Flag?
I believe it's Ju Video.
Sorry. Okay, Ju Video. Okay, thank you. I appreciate you for our French correspondent. Thank you, Dan.
So, Black Flag is one of the, I didn't even finish it. I played a chunk of it, and then didn't play really Assassin's Creed until I got into Origins and Odyssey and Valhalla. So, like, as somebody who wasn't as attached to the modern day stuff, like, I don't have the, but I understand it's a core component of the game, and it's like, if you're going to remake something, why would you just be like, we're going to remake it, but also just half of it? Right? Like, it seems kind of like an odd choice, and it doesn't, and as convoluted and complicated as the Assassin's Creed storyline has seemed to have gotten, it seems like removing that is kind of taking out a core component of the story and like the overall plot of all the games as a whole. So I don't really understand the move there.
I got an article or a quote here. It says from somebody on Reddit. It says, "I hope it's not true. They removed the modern day sections." Wrote, "Have we lost 6388 in a long thread? Without the modern day storyline, the ancient alien sci-fi stuff, modern AC games are just Witcher 3 clones with stealth mechanics." Sure. I mean, that's maybe not accurate to me because The Witcher is pretty deep when it comes to the stuff, but I think I understand what they're getting for. They said they need to stop removing modern day content, added Zero Zealeth. It's honestly one of my favorite parts that stems from earlier games. I was actually looking forward to it in the Shadows after Valhalla ended. Then Shadows had literally nothing. It was such a big disappointment that on that front, like genuinely the modern day stuff is part of how the franchise works. So it should always be present in some form of telling an overarching story, which I agree. In Shadows, there is none. You are that person for the entirety of the time, which is fine. I also really enjoy the gameplay. I think it's one of the best, if not the best Assassin's Creed game in my opinion. But Andy, how do you feeling, man? Do you think taking out the modern day stuff's a huge mistake, especially in a game where it already was in? Is that how you that your takeaway is?
Yeah, absolutely. I've expressed my disappointment in, them removing Desmond before. And as Diana touched on, these Desmond and the Animus itself and what they were gathering from Desmond, from him taking the body of Altair, it's that was the story back then.
Mm-hmm.
They have been slowly, and it seems like are completely changing the identity of what the Assassin's Creed franchise is.
Yep, with Shadows
And
it does. It sets that tone immediately.
The games are really good, and I still do get them and play some of them. I still have to catch up, but that really makes me sad and upset because that was really what made those first games so special. Was
Right.
those parts with Desmond, even going back to Origins, They had parts where you are in some sort of portable animus in a cave and stuff, and you're like, "Ooh, what's going on?"
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, so and I haven't got to play Shadows yet. I just got it a little bit ago. I didn't know it had none. That's a little sad to hear. Um, but I know the game's great.
It is.
So
It really is.
so you know, but then again, when you go that route, there is no, like, that's it.
Yep.
There's
Yep.
nothing else to do with it. 1, 2, and 3 all ended up connecting to each other, and you can't do that unless you make a direct sequel.
Right.
To one of these, which I don't know if they've ever done except for the early ones
Right.
with like Brotherhood and 1 and 2.
Yeah. So somebody else says I don't see how you can do the story without the modern day stuff, tying it all together. Pizza Planet 420 added, by the way. The ending of the game in the modern day is literally the bookend to the entire story. That's 100% true. You know what I mean? It's this, if they're going to go the direction of Shadows, right? Of just saying, hey, this is a timepiece that we have. This is the situation we're in. This is the, I guess, region we're going to be in now. But it's just going to tell a short story of that specific time period. But we're not really showing any reason why we're there. Right. And maybe it's in the deep stuff. Yeah. I have not explored that. I have not explored documents and those kind of things. And like, they do mention, like, you pick up things that don't make sense, that feel like you're in a simulation, but it doesn't. I think they're just there for collectible things. I haven't really understood why they're there. Right. But I mean, all in all, Ubisoft's in a weird spot, right? I think as awesome as Shadows is, I think it would be much better if it had that modern day feel, at least sections of it to kind of push that story along. But gameplay by itself, though, it holds up. It's probably the best, to be honest with you. Next one we got here. Everybody loves a good price raising story. You know what I mean? Let's get to it. Xbox raising the prices yet again in the US 5 months after its last price increase. This article is from Video Games Chronicle by Chris Scullion. A quick here. Microsoft is raising the Xbox prices on their console prices in the US 5 months after its last price increase. The company announced back in May that it was increasing the price of its consoles globally, including increasing the price of the Series X and S consoles by $180 respectively. Now it's announced raising the prices even further, but only in the United States, this time due to changes in the macroeconomic environment. Okay.
And what is that short for?
Let them know, Dan. Don't actually do it, but let them know it.
The government fucks you.
There you go.
I don't fuck you. The government fucks
you. Oh man!
Because of tariffs.
Yes, because of tariffs. Yes. According to newly updated supported page, the price increase will take effect October 3rd, which is still a couple weeks away. Cool. You get a lot of practice there. Get a lot of time to panic buy an Xbox. Both the 512 gigabyte and 1 terabyte models of the Series S will see $20 increases on top of $80 increase they received in May, making it $100 more expensive than it was before May. While the Xbox Series X and Series X Digital will see their prices raised by a further $50. The new changes in full are as follows. Xbox Series S 512 gigabyte is $400. Launched at $300, by the way. Xbox Series S 1 terabyte is $450, launched at $350. Xbox Series X Digital is $600, launched at $450. The Series X is $650, launched at $500. And lo and behold, the Xbox Series X 2 terabyte Galaxy Black is now going to cost $800. When its launch price was $600. Mind you, that launch price, well, I don't think the Galaxy Black was 5 years ago, but definitely the Xbox Series X at 500 was 5 years ago, right? So that's crazy. That's absolutely
The
crazy.
Series X 2 terabyte Galaxy Black. It is literally just the Xbox Series X, but more memory and
polka dots.
a skin on it.
Yeah, some polka dots on it. That looks like stars.
Those they're stars, not polka dots.
Sorry. True. Yeah.
There's some expensive stars.
Yeah, expensive
Anyways.
paint dots.
Those are tariff dots.
We really don't have to touch on this story very much. It sucks. Top
Probably
to bottom.
best we don't.
Yeah. It sucks top to bottom.
I challenge one person. Just one.
One consumer to be like, I'm cool with it.
Tell me, yeah, I want somebody to be like, you know what? This is in the best interest of the gaming community.
Yeah, clearly. Right?
This is a consumer, quality of life based decision.
I agree. You should always
I would
be
love
spending,
to hear one person say that.
you should always be spending more money on a system that's been out for five years already, right? That's how it works. They get more expensive to make. Not
Even though
less.
every other life cycle, every other console has lowered in price in its life cycle, why not this time be the opposite? We're breaking this. We're breaking the cycle.
Well, I guess that's good news, right? Break the cycle.
Yep.
That's what we should be doing.
We're breaking the generational cycle.
There you go. We're gonna stick with Xbox. This next story. Costco quietly removes the Xbox section from its US and UK websites. Costco appears to have removed its Xbox section from the US and UK websites. Furthermore, there is no results when you search for Xbox products and games, suggesting that all Xbox stock has been pulled from Costco online offerings. The site has decided sections. The site still has dedicated sections for Nintendo and Sony, with the Nintendo Switch 2, PlayStation 5 available for purchase online. This development was noted by Reset Era user Kubev today, who noticed that he couldn't find Xbox products on Costco's website. Other than noted, this article is also from The Gamer, which is Rhiannon Bevan. Others have noted that the entire Xbox section has been pulled. And the Xbox no longer listed in the video game consoles category. This category lists VR, PlayStation, and Nintendo. What's your takeaway, John? I mean, do you think that's what's your takeaway? Do you think that's just a oops, or do you think that is probably a strategic move? I guess, right? They don't probably demand isn't there. I'm assuming
it's probably a strategic move, but it's also probably a strategic move.
Oh, okay. Wow. Well said.
Yeah, I got
wow.
Whether it was Costco, like I imagine
it's gonna go on a quote thing one day. A strategic move, and it's a strategic move, John Rao.
John Rao, put it on a poster.
There it is. I imagine there was a contract, and it probably came to an end, and there was no whether it was Costco's doing or Xbox's doing. I don't know. This is a weird one.
Yeah, it is really strange. Andy, what's your takeaway? What do you got for me? Anything is it a sign of the future? Of a sign of what Xbox is currently it's standing and what that looks like? What do you think?
Yeah, I think it's more that. I've never gone on Costco's website to buy anything, so that doesn't affect me much. I go into the store, but I think this was probably on purpose. This console generation supposedly is on the latter half of it. We'll see how that goes with things, and the Series X has not sold, and S, I guess, has not sold up to PlayStation and Switch. So it doesn't surprise me that they would say, why are we buying these things and they're not selling? So
right.
wouldn't surprise me at all if it's on purpose. I mean, we talked recently about how it's becoming more difficult to find Xbox, physical, like
Oh yeah, yep.
find uh, some developers, like I believe Final Fantasy 16 just came out on Xbox, digital only. Did not come out on physical on Xbox. They're releasing physical on Switch, PS5, but they'll release games on Xbox only digital. And yeah, I've noticed that. I've had to buy Xbox versions from outside, websites, sources, limited run, whatever, because it's really going that digital way. So um that's seems like if they had any physical games on there as well, maybe at this point they weren't selling either. So
Right. Yeah, it's I mean, Dan, what do you think? What's your takeaway? Kind of echo the same things?
Yeah, I mean, the long and short of it is it's on purpose. It's just why is it on purpose, right? John could be onto something with it, could be a contractual thing, right? On one party's end or the other, right? There was an agreement that just didn't get renewed. Andy could be right. It's that there's just not the sales there, and Xbox is pushing things in a more digital direction. So there's going to be less and less on offer. It could be a combination of both of them, right? That's the thing is I don't think we'll know exactly why, but I think that it's pretty obvious that it was on purpose. It's definitely not an oops.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Sucks to see, right? Kind of on your thing as another article, not directly related, but kind of related to Xbox in the future, if you will, and physical games that you mentioned. This was an article from Windows Central from Jez Gordon. Why are fewer and fewer Xbox games releasing with physical discs? And there was an X/Twitter thread between a fan and Josh Fairhurst, who is the head of Limited Run Games, asking, hey, there was an absence of a Konami and or Square Enix game. And Josh Fairhurst actually replied and said, the issue with Konami titles is we have no digital share on the platform and physical releases on Xbox, even of major substantial games, rarely topping 2,000 copies sold. We wouldn't be able to make our investment back. Unfortunately, Xbox is a very digital heavy platform. So even these outsourced other websites providing this opportunity still are struggling even for that, which sucks. Because that was, like you mentioned, Andy, you've taken advantage of it many, many times. They make cool stuff, right? But it seems like even the stuff that we want for the platform that we choose, Xbox in general, they don't make their money back most of the time. Their investment doesn't really come back. So that really sucks. Let's see here. Fair's explained that when they've entered into deals purely for physical royalties, the Xbox volume simply isn't there to justify the stock allocation, essentially. Yes, a port to Xbox will cost us about $50K on average, and physical releases on Xbox generally only make us about $30K after cost and partner royalties. We count on digital to make up the slack, but on some projects we have no share or only a tiny share in the digital earnings. So that sucks. That's the push in the wrong direction. I very much agree that we are going in that. When you have one of the three major players going strictly digital, right? I hope that doesn't track, right? So we'll see, but that's obviously not great news. To wrap it up, we've got some other things here. So we have a quick one. State of Play is happening on Wednesday, September 24th at 5 p.m. Eastern time. So that's really, really nice. I love when those are in the evening. You can turn on the TV when you're home. It's not in the middle of the fucking day, right? Where you're at work. So you're like, leave me alone. Everybody else, I have a thing to watch, right? Come on. So it says here, this is from the PlayStation blog. Tune in live for more than 35 minutes of updates and reveals from PlayStation studios and partners around the world. I kind of have, there's one game that I want to see, Housemarque's new one, Saros, however you say it. That is the developer that made Returnal. So that's going to be a game I think that'll be really cool to see what they're doing next. I mean, Andy, do you have any kind of guesses what you might see at this state of play? Maybe a prediction, if you could throw one. We'll track it back next week, see if you're right.
Probably a lot of multi-platform games that they get to show first for whatever reason.
Okay.
And probably I'm going to throw out there that they're probably going to show like a first look at a new game from one of their studios.
Okay.
No idea what that would be. But that seems to be something that seems to happen. Maybe we'll see more on
Thanks.
What's their name? Naughty Dog's new game.
Oh, okay.
Maybe we'll see more on that.
Intergalactic or Intergalactic, I think is what it's called.
Intergalactic,
Right?
planetary, intergalactic.
Dan,
It's a Beastie Boys reference, Andy.
that's a good one too. That's a good song. That's a solid song. Well done, Dan. Well done. You know what we're gonna see, Andy?
What?
Wolverine.
That would be great.
We're gonna see some good old Wolverine.
I would file that under announcement because they haven't shown anything but a small teaser for that in
Wolverine is an
like
X-Man, John.
years.
I know you look real lost right now. Wolverine's one of the X-Men.
Hey, I know the X-Men. They're some of my favorite.
There you go. I love that.
I'm just trying to help you get engaged here.
Yeah.
Name 10 more X-Men.
Juggernaut.
Nope, he's not an X-Man.
Well,
Not really, no.
You know,
He's a
okay,
villain.
Whatever. He's in the universe.
But
Already
I think
off to a good start. Captain America, Superman.
Superman.
Charles.
Bloodshot.
I do think that
Colossus.
we'll get a kind of we'll get some insight to what Wolverine looks like. I think maybe a teaser, maybe something like that. But we need something, right? The only thing we got was that announcement years ago, right? Just in the bar, and he
And
pulled out
to be supposed to come out like next year.
something like that. I think so, right? I'm not sure, but I think that's kind of the play there.
I thought it said 2026 if I recall in that original announcement.
Yeah, we'll have to see. I hope that's the case, but I'm hoping we see more because I'm intrigued in that one. That's one I want to see really, really bad. Outside of that, I think it does say here though, Andy, that we're going to get, we'll share new looks at anticipated third party and indie titles, plus updates from some of our teams at PlayStation Studios, including an extended look at Saros Housemarque's mysterious new title arriving next year. So that's going to be a guarantee, but I think you're going to get some updates of those other ones that we've been waiting on. So that'd be really, really cool. Next, I don't know if everybody's seen it yet. Maybe I won't play it. Maybe I'll just put it in the description. But Kojima Productions released their OD Knock is what the game is actually called. That's them working with Xbox Studios. It is his attempt at a horror genre type game, is from my understanding. I don't really know anything other than that. There's a quick little 3 minute and 21 second teaser that I think everybody should check out. Kind of gets the blood flowing, that intense kind of feel. So if you guys get a chance, definitely check that out. But one I did want to show off, and this one's going to be a surprise, I think, to everybody. I don't know if anybody knows of this one yet, but I'm going to go ahead and bring this up. I've got the sound going, but I don't want the sound going. So here we go. I'm going to switch over here. Here we go. This is called Agent 64, Spies Never Die. Okay? I want you to take a look at this and give me your initial thoughts. And we'll talk through it. But tell me what we're thinking once this continues and goes.
Why does it look like that?
Yeah, why does it look like that? It's on purpose, first off, because it's trying to replicate one of the old
GoldenEye?
classics that Andy just picked up this weekend. So look, they have the sound effects, they have the slaps and the chops down, but it looks really, really good. I'm really excited for this. I don't know about you guys, but I saw this today and I got pretty excited about it. It just
I love
looks
that
cool.
sniper rifle where you don't actually look on the scope.
Yeah, oh yeah, that's the same thing from GoldenEye.
I know.
Oh
That's
yeah,
what I say,
dude.
I love it.
They're
Carrying
staying
that
true
over.
to it, which I love. I fucking love it. It looks so good. But not only that, this game has multiplayer and online and things like that too. Which I think is really, really neat. I don't know. What's your takeaway, John? Does this do anything for you? I'm not necessarily buy it, but do you think it's just cool that it exists, or how do you feel?
Yeah, it's cool that in 2025 you have something in the vein of GoldenEye. That's for our age. That's always
Chopping
gonna
the
be cool.
shit out of people.
Yeah, dude. I think this is really cool. I think it's a good homage, right?
I like the big head mode.
Yeah,
I saw.
yeah.
Yeah. Also,
Yeah, the big head mode, really cool. Love that.
they have paintball mode.
Probably. I'm sure they do, or they will. But I love this. I fell in love right when I saw it. There's an arena, there's multiplayer, there's PvP. There's also
Split screen
co-op. Yeah, exactly. On couch co-op local. But it gives you a lot of cool stuff. There's online, there's challenges, there's online challenges. It's just it does it all. And I think that's going to be really cool. I'm hoping this game hits pretty well with people, especially in nostalgia. But just had to show you guys because this looks awesome. I'm really, really locked in for this.
When I saw the name of it, I was hoping this is what it was.
Hey,
So-
look at that. And the name gave exactly the same expectation, so that's good. I mean, to wrap it up, we got some games coming out this week and games that have already released. Again, we're recording on a Tuesday. But we have some games coming out. Altair, Resleriana, whatever. I know there's probably people that like that game, and I'm sorry I butchered that. Kaldun X3 coming out PC, PS5, PS4, and Switch. Clover Pit. That's a game I'm actually really, really looking forward to. Dan, that's one I told you about. That's the one with the slot machine. And it's kind of like a roguelike slot machine game.
Yep.
It's really, really fun. Really, really addicting. So that's coming out the 26th. EA Sports FC 26th coming out on September 26th. How fantastic is that? Hotel Barcelona action horror game coming out the 26th as well.
It's Barcelona.
Oh, sorry, my bad. Yeah. Also, one of our good traveling correspondents over here.
Yep.
Well cultured. Thank you. I appreciate that, Dan. We have Pac-Man World 2 repack. Andy, how you feeling? Pretty good about that one?
I had no idea that was coming out this week.
Come on, Andy. The
So,
26th, dude.
Yeah, that's this week. I had no idea it was coming out this week, so I'll have to get on that.
Better pre-order it.
Actually,
If you want to visit, yeah, you might be able to figure it out.
Yeah, I might have to get it. See if I can get a physical copy.
There you go. I love that. Agatha Christie, Death on the Nile. Enough champagne to fill the Nile. Come on, guys. We know how we feel about it. Come on.
I don't know what you're talking about at all.
Yes, you do. Gal Gadot is a great actress. Hades 2. What? You never seen it?
She's Wonder Woman. She's Wonder Woman to me.
That's it. I got it. Okay. Hades 2 on the PC, Nintendo Switch 2, and Nintendo Switch coming out 25th. We have Silent Hill F coming out on the 25th as well, which is going to be a pretty good one. From my understanding, it's doing really well in it's reviewing pretty well. I think currently sitting at an 86, which is good. Sonic Racing Cross Worlds out for absolutely everything. Very excited for that one. That is better than Mario Kart in my opinion. Tokyo Extreme Racer for PC. We have Baby Steps releasing on the PC and PS5.
Which I read an article about. They said that if you leave the nudity toggle on, there's lots of big, as they put it, big swinging floppy donger that you're going to be dealing with in that game.
Great, dude. That's fantastic. That's
The
great.
game was so funny.
But yeah, that's because it's a big game that's got to it's a comment on masculinity. So
I love that. I love that. You know what? Do it. Put the nudes and put more wieners and things. You know what I mean? That's what I say. Blippo Plus, I don't know what that is. A cable TV simulator is how it's explained. That sounds right up John's alley.
Yeah. You just try to run TV shows without getting banned.
Is that true?
That's probably not true.
I have no idea. I have no idea.
We have Slime Rancher 2 coming out for PC, PS5, and Xbox Series X.
I bet your wife is stoked.
She is, but she's also got the same problem that I have. She's locked into something else right now, even though that's extremely tempting for her to play. That comes out on the 23rd, leaving early access. We have Sworn coming out for PC, PS5, Xbox Series X, and Nintendo Switch. That's a roguelite action game coming out on the 23rd, leaving early access as well. Endless Legend 2 coming out for the PC. That's a 4X strategy game, hitting early access release. Also, I think coming to Game Pass for that one. So that's quite a list of games coming out. But yeah, so that's kind of wraps up the episode. Anything else from you guys? Did you want to talk about? Throw out there real quick. Anything at all? Any Bueller? Nothing.
I'm reading about Blippo Plus.
Okay,
and,
what do you got?
Yeah, apparently it is literally like you're watching TV and flipping through the stations, and there's a bunch of like skits and things of that nature, like different shows on.
It reminds me of the Rick and Morty episode where they watch all the intergalactic cable. That's what it sounds like.
I'm not exactly sure what the gameplay is as I'm reading through this. I got a 7.
Gotta love that.
7 out of 10.
Blippo Plus is a live action. Yeah, Blippo Plus is a live action off cable TV simulator. Channel surf the stars and discover the staticky radical world of Planet Blip through its soaps, sitcoms, news, weather, and talk shows. But don't touch that remote. Everything's about to get bent.
Okay.
Okay.
That's all we got.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Okie dokie.
Sounds good. There are 6 reviews on Steam, and
I'm Madeline Planet.
oh, whoops! It actually started playing. 6 reviews, and 5 of them are positive. 1 is negative. So there you go. If you're interested in Blippo Plus, let us know what your thoughts are, because we're probably not gonna. I don't know. It's a simulator game. Can't put anything past John down there, right? He might hop into it. Never know.
I watched the trailer.
There you go. New content.
I want to watch you watch TV, John.
Good deal. Well, yeah, if you stuck around, we appreciate you. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. We'll hopefully see you in the next week when we put up the new episode. But yeah, thanks so much for watching. Hit that subscribe button. Let us know your comments of all the stories that we kind of talked about today, and we'll hit the ground running. So thanks, guys. Have a good one. We'll see you on the next video. Adios. Bye.
Have a good one.